I need to talk about something real quick. Actually, this probably won't be very quick. I need to really talk about this. This is something that I did not want to have to do. This is a video I did not want to have to make. This is a video that I've already done in the past with a different company, and I hate doing this because it puts me through the ringer, and it puts my viewers through the ringer, and it leaves a negative stain on me and on the Saber community, and I hate having to do it. But I really feel the need to do it now because there's been a massive influx of people into the Saber community over the past year, 2 years, and with that comes scammers. With that comes bad apples. With that becomes total jerks and people that genuinely could care less about other people and only want money and power and fame and attention and all that kind of stuff. So I wanted to talk about this because people have told me that that this is a personal vendetta for me to go out of my way to attack this company, to go out of my way to attack this person. And I don't think it is. Because if I don't do my part in warning people in the Saber community with the platform that I have, and I believe that I have a platform that is far reaching and can reach more people than the average person in the Saber community, if I don't do my part, the platform that I have, to make sure that people are actually doing the right thing with their money, that are actually not supporting these bad businesses, that are actually not getting scammed, if I don't do my part in saving those people from those people, then what am I doing? I'm just only showing the positive side of the Saber community, and I'm not showing the negative side. I'm only showing, the Saber trios of the world that, do everything right, and I'm not showing the people that are scamming people on a large scale, that are lying to people on a large scale, that are manipulating people on a large scale. If I'm not showing you both sides of the coin, then I'm doing it wrong. And that's why I'm taking it so personal, that this is my personal vendetta against Paul Dogramji Jr. and DX Sabers. This isn't a personal vendetta for me. This is me trying to protect, the 15-year-olds, the 16-year-olds that saved up money to buy a Saber. This is me protecting the parents of those kids who bought them a Saber for Christmas and never got it, or that were lied to. This is me protecting, as much as I hate to say it, the TikTokers, the cosplayers, these people that don't know anything about the Saber community, that are being scammed, that are being lied to, that are being manipulated by DX Sabers. If I don't do anything to protect those people, then they're going to be scammed, they're going to leave the community, and they're going to hate the community for it because they didn't do enough research, they didn't do whatever. And I get that. People don't do enough research for everything. People get scammed by these hacker websites and these scam websites all the time. That happens every single day, every single month, every single year. That happens all the time. But the lightsaber community is a very niche thing. And there are ways to pick out these scams. And people have picked out these scams. They have dissected these scams. And this dude is the definition of a scam. He's a loser. And this isn't defamation of character like DX Sabers is going to say. He's going to probably call me something that I'm not going to say because it's going to get me demonetized and probably banned from YouTube. He's going to call me something that I'm going to show you in a second that he's called other people of the Saber community. This dude is a bum. He is lying to you. Everything he does is a lie. Sure, he may have products, and people may have actually ordered from him and gotten products, but that's not the point. That is not the point. He's lying to you about the origin of the product, what the true price of the product should be, where he got the product, where the product is coming from. This dude is lying. So if you're unaware of the Saber community, and I've talked about this before on my channel with other companies, there's a company called LGT Saber Studio based in China, and they're a Chinese mass producing Saber company. They're probably the, or if not the, one of the biggest lightsaber communities in the world because they produce so many sabers. In terms of pure volume, they are one of, if not the biggest lightsaber community in the world. Most people don't know about them in the States because they're not in China. They don't know about Chinese lightsaber companies because they never looked into them. They'll buy something off of, Saber Trio. They'll buy something off of Corbanth or Vader's Vault. They'll never know what LGT is. But LGT provides these sabers. So Crimson Dawn, Dark Wolf, Fire Sabers, Rebel Sabers. Those are all LGT Saber Studio sabers. Every single one of them. Dark Wolf is LGT's direct United States partner, and they help develop the boards. So if you bought a Profi NeoPixel Saber from Dark Wolf, then it'll say Darkwolf LGT on the Profi board itself. But guess what? DX Sabers, what he used to do is buy those sabers from LGT, resell them, and then call them his own, which is not cool. LGT Saber Studio does not like that. And in fact, because he did that for so long, LGT Saber Studio cut him off. So I'm going to read what Pat Gibbons, the business consultant of LGT Saber Studio, said about this. And I've posted this before on a community post, so don't worry if you want to skip this part, whatever. Over the past year, LGT employees and agents have received many comments, screenshots, reviews, and links showing interactions that customers and other vendors have had with DX Sabers LLC and owner-operator Paul Delgrange Jr. Many of these interactions have included claims concerning customer service, legal disputes, the origin and distribution of products, product designs, and even LGT as a company concerning our partnerships and ownership. This statement is being released to clarify and, more importantly, define the position of Damien Tech Ltd. Damien Zhu is the owner of LGT Saber Studio and LGT Saber Studio in regards to the growing concerns from the Saber community and the general public. Prior to the statement, DX Sabers LLC was a vendor who sold and distributed LGT products as well as other manufacturers' products. DX Sabers was not entered into any exclusive partnership or agreement, and they did not design, produce, or modify LGT products in any way outside of possible installation. DX Sabers did not and does not have any controlling stake or ownership of our products, design, staff, or facilities. So that means, and everyone knew this already, anyone in the Saber community who knew any sort of inkling of knowledge about LGT Saber Studio and their Sabers knew that these resellers, they don't make the products. They resell them. And I've talked about that before. Crimson Dawn, Darkwolf, Fire Sabers, Rebel Sabers, they resell the products. They're cool with LGT. All those 4 companies that I just mentioned, LGT is legit with them. They love them. I mean, they sell their products. They're reliable. They're really nice people. DX Sabers is not. Effective immediately, we are severing ties to DX Sabers in all forms of business. DX Sabers will no longer be a direct supplier of LGT products. Please note, it is entirely possible that DX Sabers may have remaining stock of some LGT products, which they have rights to sell or dispense as they see fit. This termination of agreement was made by the CEO of LGT Saber Studio, Damien Zhu, on advice from myself as LGT's business consultant, and signed off by the company's stakeholders and LGT's product development partner, Johnny Collado from Custom Darkwolf Sabers. So I've mentioned in the past, Darkwolf is the partner of LGT Saber Studio, and they help develop the boards and stuff. Johnny Collado is a really nice guy. Please note that this termination also applies to Darkwolf soundboards and other proprietary products from LGT Damien Tech or that mention LGT Saber Studio and Darkwolf Sabers/soundboards, meaning that LGT Saber Studio and Darkwolf on their Profi boards and on other boards and stuff that they have on their Sabers, it says Darkwolf and LGT Saber Studio on it. And DX Sabers keep selling the products that it says Darkwolf and LGT Saber Studio on it. If you buy a DX Saber that's a Profi NeoPixel Saber, open it up, look at the board, it says Darkwolf LGT. They don't have permission to sell that. So the scam goes even further. Any products purchased from DX Sabers in the future that appear to be LGT will be either remaining stock as of the statement or products purchased from a vendor to be resold and are not authorized by LGT. We understand that many of you may have questions concerning LGT's decision in this matter. However, we feel at this time the information provided will suffice, blah, 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 blah. LGT Saber Studio has grown significantly in many ways over the last few years, and our products and vendors are improving in quality and reputation respectively. As all of our vendors know, direct misrepresentation of yourself or LGT is not tolerated. We certainly are patient with our distributors as we urge them to become more transparent, but blatantly deceiving and providing false information to the Saber community or the public in general does not align with LGT's values or our growing commitment to quality and accountability. We have a responsibility to our customers. We feel they have a right to know that we hear their voices and truly appreciate them, blah, blah, blah. So, like I said, Pat Gibbons is LGT's business consultant, and LGT Saber Studio themselves actually reposted this on their official page. This is official. This is legitimate. This isn't just some random guy that says, oh, I'm part of LGT and I'm making this statement. No, this is legitimate. This is totally legitimate. And trust me, I've talked to Pat Gibbons. He's a nice guy, and he's totally legit. And he's provided me with information that very much includes The information that you need to know that this dude is legit. This is an official statement from LGT Saber Studio that cut off DX Sabers on December 27th, 2020. That was over a month ago. And after this statement came out, obviously, Paul from DX Sabers lied about it. Says, oh no, this is some random guy saying stuff like that. He's not anyone. Anyone can make a statement like that and just say that they work for a rival company, which leads me to believe that DX Sabers is so caught up in their own lie that they don't even realize that LGT Saber Studio isn't a rival company. It is the company that you are stealing from and lying about. You're taking their products, selling it as your own, and calling it your own, saying that you made it, which is a direct misrepresentation of LGT's products, like Pat Gibbons said, like LGT Saber Studio said. So, since then, since that statement came out, DX Sabers denied, said blah, 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 whatever. This is a random guy. He isn't anything. He's just some random guy. Then people kept calling him out. Oh, LGT Saber Studio, blah, blah, blah. They're doing whatever. They're not anything. Oh, we don't know anything about them. I make my sabers. He released an apology video. Got deleted. Can't see it anymore. God, if anyone has that video, please send it to me. If you downloaded that video, because God, he's disgusting. The video is horrible. Any legitimate saber company that has to make an apology video or that has to make a video saying that they're legitimate is not legitimate. You don't need to do that if you're a legitimate company because your work speaks for itself. And his work does not speak for itself because he doesn't do any work. You're not an installer. You're not a manufacturer. You don't have a lathe. You don't have a mill. You don't have a warehouse. You don't have an office. You have your own house. You probably sit in your home office or in your kitchen, buy these sabers from a Chinese company, repackage them in your house, ship them off, and you think that you're, the best saber company in the world when you're not. He does nothing. Absolutely nothing but repackage the boxes. And you can tell that he does this because these sabers can be bought in bulk from Alibaba or AliExpress. Anyone can do that. LGT's cut him off, so he can't buy from LGT anymore. So now what he does is he partners with YDD and 89 Sabers. Now YDD, they provide stuff that you'll see stuff like Kybers and all that kind of stuff. The stuff that's on Amazon, usually those are YDD sabers, the older models of YDD sabers. And you'll see stuff from the POC store that is from YDD sabers. Now 89 Sabers. I have 89 Sabers products. I mean, this is an 89 Sabers product. My Graflex Supreme, that's an 89 Sabers product. 89 Sabers products are legitimate, but their owner is a snake. He's scammed people multiple times. I've told y'all a million times, don't buy directly from 89 Sabers. And what does he do? Partners with DX Sabers. It just goes to show that there are way more snakes. There are way more losers in the saber community than you think there are. And there are people that are in positions of power. And I'm talking about power. I mean, LGT, YDD, 89 Sabers, they have a massive influence on the saber market. Way bigger than you think. If you took them away, you're taking away a lot of products off the saber market. From Corbanth, buy and resell 89 Sabers products. There are a lot of companies out there. Saber Bay, 89 Sabers. A lot of people on Etsy, 89 Sabers, YDD, LGT. And there's a lot of people out there that are buying and reselling these sabers from YDD and 89 Sabers and LGT. Now, there are legitimate resellers and partners. Dark Wolf, Crimson Dawn, Fire Sabers, Rebel Sabers, Kyber Etch. I mean, there's a lot of legitimate people, but there's also a ton of illegitimate people. There's a ton of people that are actual scammers that know nothing about lightsabers. They're buying these things. They took out a bank loan. They bought all this stuff from China. They're just going to resell it at a marked up price, 2 to 3 times what they bought it for, and then they get a return on their investment. It's, going to say that it's that sort of reselling mantra, that reselling motive is immoral, a little wishy-washy because, there are a lot of people that are just trying to make money. I mean, they found something that they're good at, marketing or something, and they're just trying to make money and they're good at what they do. But there's also a lot of people that could care less about lightsabers. They could care less about the lightsaber community. They just want the money. There are a lot of people out there that literally don't know the first thing about building lightsabers, first thing about designing lightsabers, first thing about fixing lightsabers. And that's people like this. People like DX Sabers. He doesn't know anything. He's never designed a saber on his own. Ever. Ever. The draw-ups that he's posted, all that stuff is fake. He's never designed a saber that he's sold. Ever. Never. LGT has proof of that. YDD, 89 Sabers, they have proof of that. They've even said, YDD and 89 Sabers, who are now DX Sabers suppliers, they've even said, those are our products. And everyone knows that. Anyone who knows what YDD is, anyone who's owned a 89 Sabers product, they know what the product is. But do the people know that are on TikTok and on Instagram and on Twitter and wherever? No, they probably don't, because they just watched a Star Wars movie, they just watched The Mandalorian, they just watched Clone Wars or something. They watched something Star Wars related, they saw something on YouTube, and they're going to go and look up lightsabers. And they'll only find a few things. One of those being DX Sabers. And they will be heartbroken if Paul sends a faulty product and will charge you to fix it, even though, most legitimate saber companies have warranties. But because he doesn't make his own products and he doesn't know how to fix his own products, he would have to ship it all the way back to China to get fixed, all the way back to you. And he doesn't do that because he's not legit. This dude is a scammer. And YDD and 89 Sabers, they're aware of what Paul does. They're aware of what DX Sabers has done in the past. And they don't care. Because just like DX Sabers, they just want the money. They don't care. Paul pays them. So why in that business relationship? This goes on, everywhere. Massive businesses, not just the lightsaber community. I mean, this happens everywhere in society. Businesses partnering with other businesses just because they're all scummy and scamming businesses. This happens all the time. But this is the lightsaber community, something that I have a vested interest in, something that people have had a vested interest in for 44 years. This is awful. And if I don't tell you about this, if I don't show you this stuff, then what are we doing here? I want people to like this community. I want people to enjoy buying lightsabers. I want people to enjoy collecting lightsabers. But there are people like Paul from DX Sabers that ruin it for everyone. They ruin credibility. They ruin the community for people. People get scammed once. They leave the community, never looking back. And that's terrible. So let's just talk about this guy DX Sabers for a second. Let's just talk about Paul from DX Sabers. So one of the main issues that people have, and I know LGT had, and that's one of the main reasons why they cut him off, is that everything Paul sells, go look at his Instagram. It's disgusting. Everything he sells, he says only at DX Sabers. No, it is not only at DX Sabers. For example, the Wonderful Sabres twin sons. I've discussed this in the past. The Wonderful Sabres twin sons come from Nigel from Wonderful Sabres, NC Prop Shop. It's the only place you can get them. Wonderful Sabres twin sons. So, DX Sabers thought it'd be cool if he just stole the photos and tried to pass it off as his own. Say that, hey, these are my sabers. I drew these up. And then people called him out on that. Lied. Said that, they're not your designs. You didn't copyright them. Well, it's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Still kept the photos up. Still was lying to people, saying, yeah, no, I have these. These are my sabers. I designed them. No, you didn't. So, for example, let's take a look at that real quick. These aren't my screenshots. These are screenshots that I've pulled. This is someone that DM'd DX Sabers. Hey, I saw your Ahsoka tracings. Any prototypes to show? Can I ask why? Now, what saber company, when someone asks, hey, can I see sabers that you made? Can I ask why? And can I ask if you follow the saber community? That is clearly indicative of a liar, trying not to get caught. The person says, I generally place pre-orders only if I know that there's a feasible physical product that I like. I haven't seen any of your actual product other than photos of drawings. And they asked what community. They said, cool. Send them a picture. This picture right here that DX Saber sent. It's hard to see because it's a cropped screenshot, but this is from Wonderful Sabers. This is on DX Sabers' website right here. They changed it because they know too many people called them out about it, but it's still called the Fulcrum Tano on their website. They just use different pictures now. But this is the product that they're trying to sell. And guess what? It's exactly what I have in my hand. Oh my gosh. It's almost as if DX Sabers is lying, which they are. Wonderful Sabers. Very disappointing to see DX Sabers using my twin sons to advertise as Sabers. I would speak out, but we know he will just deny and claim he designed them, which is exactly what he did after. This is Nigel's Sabers. As you can see right here in the background of this photo, stuff's in Chinese. Paul doesn't speak Chinese or Mandarin. Paul probably cannot read that. Paul doesn't have a factory in China where he gets people to take pictures of the products for him. Paul is in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, at his house, lying to people. Lying to people thinking that, oh, I have a factory here in Philly. I got a factory in Shenzhen, China. No, you don't. You don't have anything. You have your house. So, let's talk more about DX Sabers. So let's look at DX Sabers real quick. DX Sabers, let's take a look at them. Let's go to the About page of DX Sabers. So, our business partners. What is this? What is that? That's a YouTube video that has nothing to do with DX Sabers at all. Pipe Drive. Don't really care. Ultimate Works. If you know anything about the POC store, you know about Ultimate Works. But what is this? Soar? Quantify? That's kind of strange. Let's see what that is. So if you go to Paul's LinkedIn profile, Paul Dokramji Jr., founder CXO at DX Sabers. Inside Sales League legend. I come from aggressive retail sales and cold calling, selling loose leaf tea no one ever needs and loyalty programs, blah, blah, blah. Experience. Founder CXO DX Sabers. Founder CXO Soar Inc. Founder CXO VPO Games, which used to be listed as one of his partners on the DX Sabers website. This guy is a scammer. Look at this. Our business partners, your own company is your business partner. The company that you created, these two companies right here, and there used to be more, and he deleted them off the website. The companies that you created are your business partners? No, they're not. They're scams that you set up to try to make your website look more legitimate, which it is not. It is not legitimate. So let's take a look at his disclaimer right here. DX Sabers is not affiliated with Disney or Hasbro or its affiliates, blah, 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 and Lucasfilm products, all rights reserved. So what that means is when you say that you're not affiliated with Disney or Hasbro or Lucasfilm, that means that you cannot use copyrighted names or trademark names. So let's go to shop. Let's see. Skywalker Legacy. That's strange. That's really strange. Jedi. Can't use that name. Dathomir. That's a planet created by Dave Filoni. Can't use that name when you're selling stuff. Now let's see where the replica sabers are. Let's see what he starts calling them. Republic Revan. You can't use the name Revan when you're selling sabers. Kenobi Legacy. Can't use that name. Skywalker. Maul. Kenobi. Starkiller. Fisto. Skywalker. Darksaber. Revan. Jin. Leia. Kestis. Ahsoka. You can't use those names when you're selling sabers. And saber companies know this. They create new names, Fulcrum, or Twin Sons, or something like that. You can't use full character names or the name Star Wars in any aspect of your saber company, especially not if you say in your mission statement, in your about statement, that you are not affiliated with Disney or Hasbro or Lucasfilm, blah, 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 blah. DX Sabers has obtained permission to use and distribute photos used from the owners of all photography seen here or anywhere else. DX Sabers is affiliated with or owned and operated. Now, if that was the case, Then why did they steal photos from LGT Saber Studios on AliExpress? Why did they steal photos of wonderful Sabres twin sons? Now look, this is a screenshot. He removed these photos, but this is a screenshot from his website. This screenshot was from DX Sabers. Obtain permission to use and distribute photos. Using my twin sons to advertise as Sabres. No, you did not obtain permission. Customers may request for refunds before shipment within legitimate reason and may not receive their refund until after they receive their item. Once the item is received, a return may be requested within reason. If a customer is discovered being untruthful in any of their requests, all refund requests moving forward shall be denied without reason. Now, this is a typical scam tactic that you see in the lightsaber community. You cancel your order for whatever reason, you can't afford it, or, you're moving, or, you find out they're a scam or something like that. You request a refund. Saber company never gets back to you. 10 days later or something like that, they ship the item out, you receive it, and you still don't have your refund. Because they ignored your refund request and they're not giving you your money back. That's exactly what they're saying right here. DX Sabers LLC will always act in the best interest of the customer as well as the business, but will not allow the company to be abused through policy manipulation, dramatic emotional verbal abuse, increased pressure to increased priority over other customers, cyberbullying, or any other similar action related to the previously stated. My God. Always act in the best interest of the customer as well as the business. Let me scroll up so you can see that. DX Sabers will always act in the best interest of the customer as well as the business. Are you kidding me? Let's see if DX Sabers always acts in the best interest of the customer. Let's take a look. So this is an example of a screenshot from not too long ago. This is an Instagram story from DX Sabers. Announcement: we are not with LGT anymore. We have made moves to become a better company. Our lead times, blah, 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 whatever. Please bear with us. We're a small business. So this picture that he blocked off, 3/4 of, looks to be like a factory or something like that. But the thing is, DX Sabers doesn't have a factory at all. This photo is an old photo of AliExpress stock from LGT Saber Studio, and that was confirmed by LGT Saber Studio. This is a stolen photograph that DX Sabers used. This was, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. This is a stolen photograph that DX Sabers used to try to increase his, legitimacy somehow. This is fake. This is another company's factory that he has a picture of and tried to use in an Instagram story to increase legitimacy. That's disgusting. That is, he is a snake. That is a serious lowballing. So going back to what he said about, his company. So this SOAR company right here, this Quantify company that you see on his LinkedIn is his own company. SOAR Sales Optimizations. DX Sabers is a hard-working small family business by Paul Dogaramji. Right at the onset of COVID-19's outbreak, many small businesses began to rise as many started to fall in every city in the world. One of those small businesses is DX Sabers, a small lightsaber forging company that makes and sells custom and non-custom lightsabers. So Paul created these other companies. So sales optimizations and marketing is like what these other companies that he created are. Created these other companies to try to increase the legitimacy of his scam lightsaber company. And on that website that he created, this company, SOAR, says, one of those small businesses is DX Sabers, a small lightsaber forging company that makes and sells custom and non-custom lightsabers. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but forging means to create. So I'm not sure how you create something, and in this case, creating lightsabers. I'm not sure how you create lightsabers that someone else made. I don't know how that's possible. That makes and sells custom and non-custom lightsabers. He doesn't make anything though. Not a single thing on this entire website is actually made by DX Sabers. Nothing. Nothing at all. For example, this right here, that looks like a Crimson Dawn Shrike to me. I know because I have one. which is an LGC Saber Studio product. Oh look, that's the T38 from Crimson Dawn, also an LGT Saber Studio product. The Crimson Dawn Shade, also an LGT Saber Studio product. The Crimson Dawn Banshee, also an LGT Saber Studio product. I mean, I don't know why people think that this is legit. I genuinely don't know. The only thing on this website that Paul may have actually had any sort of hand in, all the way at the bottom, an official DX Saber shirt. That's it. That's the only thing he has designed. This polo, the shirt, and the hoodie. Those are the only things on this entire website that he may have actually designed. That's it. Not a single other thing on this website. By the way, all these helmets that he's selling for $150, you can get for $20 from a AliExpress store from Thailand. $150 for something that's actually worth $20. This isn't metal. You know, this isn't legitimate. This is cheap plastic. It's being sold on AliExpress that he's charging you $150 for. So, just something I wanted to mention. This is all fake. He stole these photos. So, this Sith Trooper DX helmet, that picture right there, this picture right here, this picture right here, this picture right here, all these photos right here of these helmets are stolen from AliExpress. And now, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I just read this wrong. Let me see. Let me read it one more time. Let's see. DX Sabers has obtained permission to use and distribute photos used from the owners of all photography seen here or anywhere else DX Sabers is affiliated with or owned and operated. That's strange. Because, I think any company would say, no, you don't have permission to use and distribute my photos when you're selling my products for 7.5 times more expensive than what I sell it. That's absurd. It's very absurd. This is a blatant lie. DX Sabers has not obtained permission to use and distribute the photos from these other companies. This picture, how can you get permission to use a photo of Ian McDiarmid as Emperor Palpatine? You don't, because you never reached out to Lucasfilm Disney to get permission. These photos aren't his. These are screenshots from videos. You can tell because this finger is moving in the picture. You can tell because it's blurry. On his Instagram. Let's go find his Instagram real quick because I'm really tired of this dude. Let's go find his Instagram real quick and let's take a look at what he's been doing. So if you go to his Instagram, DX Sabers with a Z, you can go and look. Not logged in, so it won't let me click on these pictures. But go look at his pictures and go look at these photos of these sabers and how blurry they are. They're like blurry and super zoomed in. The reason behind that is because they're not his pictures. He stole them from other saber companies on AliExpress, on Etsy, or their main stores, or whatever. He stole them, cropped them, made them lower quality, so you can't see the watermark that these other saber companies have on the photos. And what he's done since then is stuff like this. So you go back to his website, you start looking at his pictures, and then you'll see some stuff. Let me try to find one of them because it's so stupid. This one, for example, right here. Official DX Sabers use only. This isn't his photo. He doesn't have permission to show these photos. He doesn't have permission to sell things using these photos. This guy is a scammer. He is lying to you. And these TikTokers and these people that are being manipulated. And the worst part about it is that he's using people that have such a large platform to cooperate in his schemes. I've seen people on Instagram, they have like 20,000 followers, 15,000 followers that are partnering with DX Sabers. He's scammed Michelle C. Smith, who's like a stunt woman who's like legitimate with lightsabers. You see her on YouTube. She's partnered with DX Sabers. Ray Park, who is actually Darth Maul. Literally, Darth Maul in Phantom Menace. The live-action Darth Maul. That is Ray Park. Ray Park was also in Solo. as Maul. This guy's the physical embodiment of Darth Maul in Star Wars. Literally the real Star Wars. And partner with DX Sabers. I genuinely don't understand why this guy is going to such lengths to increase his legitimacy when he has none. None. This guy doesn't make a single thing he sells. Nothing. At all. None of those sabers. Those are made by other hardworking people in a different continent that he's taking credit for because he thinks no one's going to notice. Because he thinks no one cares. Because he thinks it's funny to scam people, to lie to people. Because he thinks it's cool. Because he thinks it's the right thing to do. Because he's a small family business trying to make his way during the pandemic. There are other ways to run a small business during a pandemic and to provide for your family. And lying about lightsaber toys and who made them is not the way to do it. Now, a lot of you people may know who Saber Sourcing is. She is a wonderful resource for the Saber community. She did an expose on DX Sabers, and let's take a look at that. So let's take a look at Saber Sourcing and what she had to say about DX Sabers. So blah, 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 it's just some background info. Who runs DX Sabers? According to the Etsy store, Paul Dogramji Jr., aka the Dark Jedi, which is his alias he used to escape blame. Additionally, the DX Sabers website states that DX works with Chris Lee, Damian Zhu, and Vera Jones, and Makio Chuang, CEO of YDD Sabers. Now, this was from May of 2020. This was a blatant lie. DX Sabers did not work with any of these people. He bought their products and resold them as his own. This is in the mission statement. So this is still on their website, which is absurd. We started this company because we are tired of other companies profiting so hard off of these awesome lightsabers. We are bringing affordable and super well-made lightsabers to the marketplace so that everyone can afford the lightsaber of their dreams, the Dark Jedi, founder and CEO. We started this company because we're tired of other companies profiting so hard off of these awesome lightsabers. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but someone can't profit off of something that doesn't exist. So, if DX Sabers makes these sabers, like he claims, and has claimed for a year, then how can other companies profit off of them? They can't. So, his own mission statement is an admittance of guilt and contradicts what he says, that only at DX Sabers talk on every single Instagram post that he makes. Contradicts his own website's mission statement. How can other companies profit so hard off of these sabers if you're the one that made them? You didn't make them. Other companies made them and have been selling them for years. And you decide to jump on the train and you're jealous that other companies are making money. So you decide to jump on the train, jack up the prices, and get your profit margins right. What a loser. DX Saber sells a selection of hilt designs that are made in China, including products from LGT Sabers and YDD Sabers. A lot of us already know that. Some of the photos used originate from different companies. Exactly, everyone already knows that. DX Sabers has been banned from the Our Lightsaber subreddit. Our Lightsaber subreddit is the biggest online lightsaber community in the world. It's about to hit 100,000 members. DX Sabers Facebook recommendations. Facebook reviews. 3 of the March 2020 reviews are made by Facebook profiles using a stock photo of a person or a photo of a person posted elsewhere on the internet. According to the Federal Trade Commission, that is illegal. You cannot create fake reviews. I've called out a company before in the past about using fake reviews. It's not cool, and it's illegal, and it carries a massive fine. Now, this is one of the most disgusting aspects of DX Sabers. Sophie Sabers Foundation. The DX Sabers website states that every purchase of the Master Ray lightsaber will donate a portion to Sophie Sabers Foundation. The money gets put into account that Sophie's parents can use to spend on her bills, fun times, blah, 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 blah. The DX Sabers website states that Sophie Sabers Foundation is registered with the IRS and the U.S. government as a nonprofit organization, blah, 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 blah. Basically, very, very, very vaguely, as you can see here, Sophie is a very special little girl with an unfortunate burden of fighting cancer. Here we go. Blatant lie for a charity organization. Sophie is a very special little girl who has the unfortunate burden of fighting cancer in its serious stages, and she was the first to have us create the Rey Skywalker lightsaber from the end of Rise of Skywalker. It is factually proven that DX Sabers has not created a single lightsaber that they have ever sold. Ever. And at the time of this, LGT and YDD was supplying them. I guarantee you, and Pat Gibbons from LGT has already confirmed this. DX Sabers has never made a special agreement with LGT to make any sabers. Ever. She was the first to have us create the Rey Skywalker lightsaber from the end of Rise of Skywalker. The money gets put into an account that Sophie's parents can use to spend on her bills, blah, 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 blah. You created nothing. You are lying in a mission statement for a charity for a girl who has cancer. So let's go back to the Saber sourcing article because she did a lot of incredible research on this. So on May 7th, 2020, the DX Sabers Facebook page posts that the EIN number for Sophie Sabers Foundation is 85-090-5941. You go to the IRS tax exempt organization search, did not return any result. As you can see here, DX Sabers posted something. I already checked this multiple times, so let's do it again. Let's just try it again. So let's copy that. Let's go to the tax exempt organization search. Let's paste, search. Nothing. This is... Not only is that tax fraud, it's incredibly immoral because you're using a child with cancer to get money for something that you didn't create. That's horrible. DX Sabers Lightsaber Arm Attachment. DX Sabers posts an image of lightsaber arm attachments on their Facebook page. If you want a lightsaber arm attachment for people who have prosthetics, then reach out to us as we can make them custom just for your arm. That's not true because DX Sabers doesn't make anything. At that time, they were buying and reselling stuff from LGT and YDD, who did not make these. The photo is from Reddit user Eat Pray Nub. I've seen him on the R Lightsaber subreddit before. When asked if Eat Pray Nub gave DX Sabers permission to use the photo, he said, "We did not, and I've just submitted a copyright claim via Facebook and Instagram." The lightsaber arm attachment adapter was designed by myself and a friend at the bionics company Osur, then machined by Saberforge to fit the adaptive saber parts. Are you serious? So first you lie about a child with cancer, then you lie about an amputee and what you did for them. Are you serious? That is scum of the earth behavior. DX Sabers threatened to sue Saber Sourcing for posting this article. Call or court. You have no idea how much in violation of the law you are, and we expect this article to take down immediately or you'll be hearing from my attorney. This is public information. This is all public information. All of this stuff on this article, every single thing on this article. I mean, look at the article. Look at the name of the article. DX Sabers, what we know about the company and its custom sabers. That's not defamation. That's not slander. That's not libel, which he doesn't know the difference of what any of that stuff means. His lawyer even told him to shut up on Facebook after he kept running his mouth. Everything on this article that Saber Sourcing posted, every single thing is public information that can be found on Facebook, on Instagram, on Reddit, on DX Sabers' website. I mean, this is all public information. You can't sue someone for public information that it is your fault is out there. That's like if I did something illegal and I said, well, you can't report on it. News reporter, you can't report on that. That's defamation. No, it's not. It's public information. And that's what I'm doing with this video. So Paul, you can try to sue me for defamation all you want. You're going to get nowhere. You have never reached out to your DA's office like you said multiple times and threatened people on Facebook for. I called your DA's office. You're a nobody. You're a nobody. You're a lying manipulator who is a nobody. You have no power over anyone else. Your attorney is not serving subpoenas. Your attorney is not filing lawsuits. Nobody's done anything to you to warrant a lawsuit. They're calling out your illegal behavior, your immoral behavior on the internet, which is a public forum that people have freedom of speech on. You know what you don't have freedom of speech on, Paul? Stuff like this. This is a review on their Facebook. This guy's a scam artist. Pictures on Etsy aren't even his pictures. Also, the sabers themselves are not made or designed by DX Sabers. I've already proved that. They're designed by LGT Saber Studio and YDD. Purchase them for very low and sell them for 3 times that amount. Blah, blah, blah. The Chinese company is blacklisted for the horrible service. I've already showed you all that. That's the thing with Pat Gibbons right here. That's the Chinese company blacklisting. I was screwed over $500. Have a case open with Etsy. Ignore me for over 2 weeks. Blah, blah, blah. DX Sabers. Look what he says right here. I'm not going to repeat this. I'm not going to repeat the words that he says. Read that. Let me zoom in a little further so you can read what he says. This person is from a what? Our lawyers are handling this. Please stay away from them. This person is from a what? I don't believe so. I don't think so. And I don't think you can say that. This is an official business profile on Facebook. Now, imagine if Ford or Chevy, somebody posted a review or something like this. So for example, let's say Ford came out with a truck and it was the Chevy Silverado, and Ford tried to sell it as their own and said, no, we made that. They just took the Chevy badge off and put a Ford one on there. That's not your truck. And then someone went to a review site and said, that's a scam. They didn't make that truck. That's a Chevy Silverado. And then Ford came out and said, none of this is true, this person. How can you say that? That's victim blaming and lying. Person is not one of these people. This is an honest review. Screwed over $500, have a case with Etsy. There is more than enough proof of DX Sabers doing this kind of stuff. More than enough proof. This is just a small inkling. Now, in a previous Instagram comment, still waiting for the Ahsoka order I put in a month ago. I know, honestly, it's taking so long because LGT is taking a long time to ship them to us. We are waiting just like you are, and we will get them to you ASAP. Now, Paul, if you made your own sabers, and they're only at DX Sabers, why would LGT be shipping you sabers? I thought you made them yourself. Huh. That's strange. It's almost as if you're contradicting everything because you're so deep in your own lies that you don't even realize when you're not lying. You don't even realize that you slipped up. There are too many lies out there for you to remember. It's horrible. So for example, this one right here. Genuinely curious, whatever happened to the Clone Wars Ahsoka sabers? Waiting for photos. Who would you get photos from besides LGT? Actually, you're a spy for the Saber communities. You've been blacklisted. Really? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that he pulls daily. It's horrible. It is so bad. This guy, a spy for the Saber communities. And you're on the outside of the Saber community? I wonder why. You've been blacklisted from every Saber community, DX Sabers. Our Lightsaber subreddit, which is the largest online lightsaber community in the world. Lightsaber market. Everyone. You're banned. And for good reason, because you're a lying manipulator. You've been blacklisted. You're a spy for the Saber communities. No. Legitimate member of the Saber community. Asking questions from a scammer. Scammer gets caught. You've been blacklisted. Shocking. Now let's take a look at this comment. I'm not going to read any of that. You can take a look at it. Community has now been labeled as what? Police and will be put on the DA's radar. Oh, and the organization, yeah. This is a lie. I contacted their DA's office. Like I said, Paul, you're a nobody. They don't know who you are. You're a nobody. The lightsaber community is not on the DA's radar. Trust me. I know for a fact. You're a liar. You're a manipulator. If anything, you're the one that's going to get sued for defamation. You can't call people this. You can't call people that on the internet with your business profile. You want to create a burner account and call people that? Fine, I don't care. But you're a business. You're a registered business. And you're calling people this. Now imagine if Nike, Adidas, Ford, Chevy, Apple, imagine if they, on their social media, started calling people this. What would happen? Canceled. All kinds of stuff would happen. Trust me, it would not go over well. But because this dude sells toy lightsabers, he gets to get away with it? I don't know about that. So this is just a very small inkling of the things that Paul from DX Sabers has done. If you see him say only at DX Sabers, it's a lie. It's a lie. I mean, there's ample evidence to back up the fact that it's not at only at DX Sabers. It is not. It's at YDD. The same sabers that he is selling on his website, you can find them at Corbanth. You can find them at Saber Bay. Because now he's selling 89 Sabres products and YDD products. It's not only at DX Sabers. Never has ever been at only at DX Sabers. Ever. DX Sabers has never commissioned a company to make an exclusive product for them. DX Sabers has never machined their own products. Ever. I don't know what to tell you. He does nothing but repackage and resell at a higher price. I don't know why people believe that. Unless you didn't know. Which is even worse. Because he has such a far reach on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. And when you use people like Ray Park, who is Darth Maul himself, and when you use people like Michelle C. Smith, and when you use NASCAR drivers to show your product to the world and say, oh, I'm legitimate, you got to use people who have a larger platform than you to tell people that you're legitimate. That means you're not legitimate. Hard work speaks for itself. If you have to seek out a way to make you seem more legitimate, you're not legitimate. I seriously doubt anyone at this point is actually listening to this part of the video because this video is so long and it's just a rant. And people think that this is a personal vendetta. I genuinely do not like Paul. At all. This guy is a bum loser who profits off of the people who are vulnerable. If your reason for joining the Saber community as a seller, as a company, is to bring sabers to these people and, let's read his mission statement again. We're bringing affordable and super well-made lightsabers to the marketplace so that everyone can afford the lightsaber of their dreams. Yet you resell products 3 times more expensive? How is that so everyone can afford the lightsaber of their dreams? They could buy it 3 times cheaper somewhere else. They could buy it 2 times cheaper somewhere else. They can buy it from the people who actually made it. I don't know what to say. This video is not meant to incite people to go attack him, because I know Paul's going to think that. He's going to be like, oh, he made this video and people attack me and threaten me and blah, 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 and message my family and blah. No. It's not the point of this video. It's sharing public information. It is showing you that there are consequences to your actions. You cannot escape what you have done. And you will not escape. There are more than enough people who have been scammed by you, who have been lied to by you, who have been manipulated by you. I mean, I don't know what to say. This has gone beyond a fun hobby. This has gone beyond just collecting lightsabers. What this has become is you being an egomaniac, a psycho. I mean, no one in their right mind would do this stuff. You legitimately need mental help. Because literally no one in their right mind would ever go this far to do this stuff. Ever. It's absurd. Genuinely, get some help, Paul. And while you're at it, shut down your company. And never come back. Small business, whatever. Who cares? There are more legitimate ways of making money and providing for your family. I've paid my rent. I've paid my tuition. I've paid for stuff because of this channel. I'm not scamming people. I'm making my way through a pandemic off of YouTube telling people the honest truth about saber companies. You're making more money than I'll ever make in a year by scamming people. Small business. So that everyone can afford the lightsaber of their dreams. Yeah, right. You're a liar. You're a manipulator, and the consequences will come. So, people, if you're watching this video right now, if you're listening to the words that I am saying, I urge you, don't go attack this man. Because that will only feed him. That will feed his cause. And that does not show an accurate representation of what this community is about. This community is about having fun, collecting cool lightsabers, enjoying Star Wars. It's not about attacking people. What I'm doing is not attacking Paul. What I'm doing is calling him out for his god-awful behavior and warning people not to do business with him. Paul's going to say, oh, he was hired by LGT. Oh, he was hired by Corband. Oh, he was hired by Saber Trio. I've been accused of that before. I've been accused of being hired by saber companies before to make videos. And I have never, not 1 cent, not 1 cent has ever come from a saber community for me to make any sort of content about anyone. Every single millisecond of every part of content on my channel, in the past and in the future, has always been on me. Me. Not from a saber company. Not from a font maker. Not from anyone. I do this for the love of the community and to protect people in the community. This isn't me getting hired by some other saber community because there's a conspiracy. This isn't me being hired by a saber company. There's this huge conspiracy against DX Sabers. No. A conspiracy is something that may or may not be true. This is true. You're a lying manipulator, and you are so caught up in your own lies that you contradict yourself every single day. Every single time you make an Instagram post. Every single time you post a picture of a lightsaber. All right, I'm done.